Hello everybody and welcome to this week's Monkey Nut Punch podcast. It's a podcast, Keith.
It's a podcast.
Welcome to... Just messing around with you.
Taking piss
This week's Monkey Nut Punch
podcast.
No, because this is right, what it was. Right, it was supposed to go like this. Let me just welcome to this week's Monkey Nut Punch podcast, and as always on this podcast and journeys, I'm joined by Keith. So sick bags on standby, here he is. That was supposed to be the joke, but I fucked it up.
Anyway, moving on.
I'm lagging a bit, so you have to be careful if all of a sudden it's cross-talking, all right?
Okay. So, what are we talking about this week, then?
This week we will mostly be talking about Harry Potter. We've got lots of Harry Potter news, and some of it interesting, some of it, what the fuck were you thinking? Then we've got some bits about Doctor Who. We're going through John McTiernan films, so we're doing Predator, which I fucking love, and I'm going to have to curb my enthusiasm when it comes to that film, because there's lots of stuff there to talk about. We've got Dune Prophecies we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Silo. I don't think we'll be talking about it too long. Hasn't been as engaging, shall we say, as I hoped. But the last episode was promising, so I'll say that. And Mrs. hasn't seen that, so I'm probably going to ruin it for her, so she can disappear off. I can play the Rebecca Ferguson bump that we have. Anyway, how are we doing, Keith? How's Keith's life been?
We're doing all right. I mean, apart from the fact that I've clearly had damp in my walls because my power fell off the wall because the entire internal box was rusty. So I had that to deal with. Yeah. I've now got an external power box. Yes, there was that fun and games. But apart from that, I'm good. I've watched a lot of shit. I'm caught up on a lot of stuff, actually. So, I've watched a lot of stuff this week. I watched Arcane Season 2, which was the final season. I have watched, although it's getting spin-off, so it's the final story in this particular one. I'm assuming it's going to focus on other characters from the League of Legends. And if it's going to be like that, it's going to be good. I watched Black Doves, which was surprisingly good.
Okay.
A Christmas British spy show. And it's got Ben Wish on it, who's quite good. It's got Keira Knightley on it, who's actually really good. And Sarah Lancashire playing like the M character. But it was good. It's worth a watch.
Okay.
Let's get into this news, because it's not like anything's happened this week.
Well, no, nothing's happened at all this week. Nothing happened last week when I wasn't here, so... hang on a second, which is the first story? Oh, yes, I think... this one. What do I pick that one? In today's segment, we'll be diving into the fascinating developments surrounding the upcoming Harry Potter HBO series, specifically the exciting news, the Paapa Lazarou. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
He's being eyed for the role of Severus Snape. This casting choice has sparked discussion across fan communities, given Lazarou's impressive acting portfolio and the iconic nature of the character purveyed previously by the immortal Alan Rickman. Well, I say the immortalised by Alan Rickman. Sallow skin, long floppy greasy hair, gets picked on by the other children. Oh fuck!
Are you forgetting? Okay, so the obvious aside, right? we'll talk about that in a minute, right? But the obvious aside, right? This guy was in Black Doves, be it briefly. Plays an assassin who is quite smartly taken care of because he, threatened to kill a mama's children, a mama who's a trained spy, which was, stupid because mama kill you. So let's take all of that aside. This guy is a good actor, but he's not like your emo, brooding, slightly strange kind of guy. That acting's not really in his repertoire, right? And that, apart from the obvious, is Severus Snape. But look, these people, like, the minute you say, you complain about the obvious, it's like, why are you so bothered? No. They clearly haven't thought this through. Because Severus Snape is from a poor family, right? Like a really poor family. Was described as a child as wearing strange, mismatched clothes, right? Lived in a run-down home. Ghetto. Right? So basically, right? Slightly problematic, slightly stereotype, right? But then we're going to have to cast Lupin as Black, because you can't cast Sirius Black as Black. Bit on the nose. They're not going to cast Peter Pettigrew as Black, right? And they're certainly not going to cast Harry's father as Black. So basically, unless they cast Lupin as Black, we're going to have a bunch of white boys picking on the strange black kid. Not problematic.
No, that doesn't. No, it doesn't. Like the thing with Hermione being called Mudblood every other book by the Slytherins.
Nothing problematic there either. So these people that have bitch and going, oh, what's the problem? As soon as they actually remember Snape's background, they're going to realise how many stereotypes are here now. And I thought we were against stereotype casting. So, Mr. Russell T Davies, if you're watching, big one
quick,
here.
Get on Twitter.
Get on Twitter. One here. I mean, I'm just using their logic.
I'm going to be honest with you. He'd probably make more sense as Lupin.
Lupin is the one character you could probably recast, right? Because Lupin wasn't really described that much. But Snape, long, greasy black hair, hooked nose, white, pale skin. I mean, he's described, illustrated in the book, right? Yellow teeth. Again. Now, I mean, look, this guy's a good actor. I really enjoyed him in the Lazarus Project. I thought his brief cameo in the Black Doves was really good. I've seen him in a number of things. I like the actor. I liked him in the Lazarus Project. But he's not Snape, right? And I'm not even... race aside, he's still not Snape. I mean, if they were going to do this, at least cast somebody that has the acting repertoire to play the sort of loner, weird, slightly strange character. But they haven't thought this through. They have done this on purpose, right? The media is ignoring it, except saying the usual toxic fans. But the trouble is, they've done it to the wrong fan base, because this is Harry Potter. This is not science fiction. This is not. This is bigger than Star Wars. This is bigger than Star Trek. This is one of the biggest IPs in the fucking world. And straight out the door, they've fucked it. And they've done it deliberately.
It hasn't been confirmed.
I know. And I either think somebody's trolling somewhere, or they're floating this to see how people react.
They're floating it. I can lay money that they're floating it. They've got casting.
It's problematic.
It's probably between him and some white guy. And they're like, well, we want the black guy because of diversity, blah, blah, blah. To see how everyone reacts to it. Yeah? And it's like, I think I've seen him in other things. I'm sure I've seen him in other things. I think he was in Slow Horses.
Yeah.
Was he in Slow Horses?
Briefly, I think.
He was good. I liked him. I liked him in Slow Horses. He's got the acting pedigree. There's no doubts about that. So, if he wants to play like a moody, sad loner, I think he'd probably get away with that, given the fact that he can act, which is a good thing. So let's say that positive about him. But we all have a picture in our head of what Snape looks like. Yeah.
It's because Snape is one of the most described characters in the book.
So, I don't think Snape. If it was, he said they was playing Kingsley Shacklebolt.
But he is black. In the book,
yeah, I know.
He's black.
I know. And it's like kind of, we're going to put Kingsley Shacklebolt in it from, day dot. I'll accept that. You want your diversity? That's the right way of doing it, as far as I'm concerned. Because he was a cool character. We all remember what he said when Dumbledore escaped. Because for one thing, Minister, you can say Dumbledore's got style. That's a great line. And it's always, and you always kind of got and in the books he got more attention because he was the Prime Minister's bodyguard. Yeah, and he was looking after the Prime Minister. When I think it was when Voldemort reappeared, and they were confirmed he reappeared, he started doing that. No, it's going to be. This is going to be.
I'm going to say something here. Even McGonagall could be recast. But because she again isn't particularly described, she's a black. She plays a tabby cat. I mean, we've got Maggie Smith in our minds. If you wanted to take away from Maggie Smith, casting, finding sort of like a mid-60s-year-old stern black leading actress, that would work as McGonagall. But this doesn't work because everybody has got the same picture of Snape in their head. Everybody has.
We the long and short of it,
everyone
everyone
has
has
a fucking character. Perfect.
Yeah, because he looks the part.
And I mean, yes, okay, he was played by an iconic actor in the movies, but I mean, on their logic, this is problematic. And it, as soon as you change him to a black, there's a lot of what they would claim racial stereotypes on the show. There are, because essentially, he's from a ghetto. Well, he is. Neglected by his parents. Again, this is Hollywood stereotypical. In the past, of black people. I mean, it is, right? And so, casting Snape as a black person on their logic is problematic. I'm not saying this is right, but that is the character's background, and he's picked upon by a bunch of children. And as soon as you have it as 4-1, because you're not going to recast Sirius Black, you're not going to race swap Sirius Black. If they did, I'd laugh, but they're not going to do that because literally, certainly.
Sirius Black being black, that means Bellatrix Lestrange has to be black. That means Draco Malfoy has to be half, because Narcissa is married to Malfoy, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're going to just spaz the money away.
It's the worst character one of the worst characters you could pick, other than Ron Weasley.
I think that they should cast Michelle Yeoh as Snape. It's diverse. She's got long hair. She's got a bit of. You could probably give her a prosthetic nose. Be interesting.
Yeah, she could probably play McGonagall quite nicely, actually. That's another matter. I mean, there are characters you could, right? If they wanted to have a more diverse cast, and although it really isn't needed, it's Harry bloody Potter. But arguably, okay, if you actually look at it, all the teachers are white, right? So who could you recast? They're going to have to cast one of the 4 friends as they're going to have to.
1, 4,
right? Because if you don't, the bullying takes on a different connotation. It just does, right? In the story, and you're going to get, when you get those scenes in the book, and because they're meant to be faithful, we're going to get all those bullying scenes. They're going to look completely different, right? And in a world that is so racially charged, right at the moment, mainly by these idiots, right? that is very problematic. So, I mean, I don't think they thought this through, or I think they are floating this to get a response. The trouble is, when they don't cast him, people are going. You're going to get a bunch of these idiots crying foul. But but you've just got to learn, these same idiots that will be crying foul will be the ones that are if they do cast this guy, they're going to be the ones going stereotype and complaining about all of that. So are you going to change his entire background? Because that's not faithful to the book. This is about ideology again, and it's not about anything else. It is about what they can get away with, and it doesn't work.
Keith, this could be the biggest TV series in the history of the fucking planet if they do it right. Yeah, but they're going to spunk a couple of 100 million down the drain, which is annoying because I like Harry Potter. It'll make Rings of Power look like a picnic, and we've still got more. So hold your thoughts, Keith, because we've got another one to go into. It's not as bad, though. So, let's dive into an intriguing development about the upcoming Harry Potter series. With rumours circulating that Cillian Murphy is potentially stepping into the iconic role as Lord Voldemort. This suggestion has the backing of none other than Ralph Fiennes, who originally played the Dark Lord in the films. Yes, with the implications of this casting choice, we discussed the evolving approach to this beloved series. Cillian Murphy, yeah, works.
Yes, it does. Except, okay. We got to talk about the other casting, or one of the rumoured casting, because
save that for
no, because it's relevant to this, right?
How is it? Which one?
I'm talking about Mark Strong. Because Mark Strong has been lined up to play...
Keith, no, because it was Mark Rylance last week.
Yes, and now
Mark Strong... Is it just going to be a Mark?
And now Mark Strong is connected to the same part. And people are saying that he should be Voldemort, which I agree with.
But Mark Strong should be Voldemort?
Yeah, people are all saying, why is he playing Dumbledore, not...
But he hasn't. He's not playing... Nothing is confirmed at the moment, Keith. Nothing is confirmed.
Apparently it's between the Marks, shall we call him? But I think
Rylance.
This works.
I would pick Rylance.
Yes,
Cillian Murphy.
But I would
Cillian
pick
Murphy.
Because Mark Strong has been connected to Potter for a while, rumoured to be connected to it for a while, and I thought he was going to be Voldemort because I thought that works. I'm not sure between the two of them which is going to be the better Voldemort because. Yeah, he can do creepy slightly, but Voldemort was also well-spoken at times. And... I don't know. But Cillian Murphy works. Cillian Murphy does work as Voldemort. I agree with you on that one.
I think he works. I think he works as Voldemort. Mark Strong... I get a bit of a more Lucius Malfoy vibe from Mark Strong, I'll be frank with you.
That could work.
Need a wig.
Yeah. Jason Isaacs wore a wig.
I know he wore a wig. Just say he needed a wig.
Cillian Murphy does work as Voldemort. He does. Yeah.
It's.
I mean, Voldemort is in his sort of late 50s, 60s when he comes back, but.
So Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy's in his 50s.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, he is older. I know, you're right, because he was in 28 days later, wasn't he?
Yeah, 28 days later, which is like 20 years ago.
So he's got to be in his 50s.
He is...
28 years ago.
Bloody hell. He is... Yeah, he is 48.
Okay.
So, coming up for his 50s.
If this one is true, I'll go for it.
Yeah, I can get behind Cillian Murphy. I think that would be a thing, but again, not confirmed. Nothing confirmed. I have no idea how many things are being floated out there. Because before we know, Cillian Murphy's agent put this one out there.
Well, these ones have hit the main, shall we say, the mainstream. So, this one, the Snape casting and the Hagrid casting have hit the mainstream. So I'm assuming that those parts have either been offered or accepted. They just haven't confirmed them yet. The Hagrid casting. Did I include the Hagrid casting?
No, we'll get to the Hagrid casting.
Yeah,
There is a problem with the Hagrid casting that I will explain when we get there.
Okay.
Because it'll make you laugh. I hope it fucking make you laugh. I'm laughing thinking about it. So, yeah, let's go on to our next one. So, let's... Oh, hang on a second. We haven't had Nigel in a while.
Hi, this is Nigel, and I'm talking in my lovely narrator's voice. Bask in its loveliness. But don't bask for too long. We need your help. Come to YouTube and watch our...
The Harry Potter HBO series continues to generate buzz as more potential casting choices emerge. New reports suggested intriguing possibility for iconic roles, including Brett Goldstein as Hagrid and Mark Strong as Dumbledore. Now, and Rachel Weisz or Karen Harligan as Minerva McGonagall. Rachel Weisz would work.
I was thinking about that. The trouble is, right, Rachel Weisz. Okay, McGonagall is like your weird, like your grandmother, right? Rachel Weisz.
I wouldn't describe her as a grandmother.
Well, she was quite stern. I mean, she's played by Maggie Smith, right? I mean, Maggie Smith was an awesome woman, but she wasn't like, cool, kind of, by that point, right? Rachel Weisz is still a little bit. You would.
So?
You would.
Right. Let me now this is this is going to be my thing with Brett Goldstein. I'm worried it's just going to be Roy Kent playing Big Hagrid. Can you imagine Roy Kent as Hagrid? Shut the fuck up and fuck off. Don't go into the fucking dark forest. What the fuck is wrong with you? To the children. That would be awesome.
I've seen him do accents. He's currently in Shrinking, playing a very different part. So I like him. I like him in this. I think he can play Hagrid. When I saw that, I went. At first, I thought Roy Kent as Hagrid, and I had the same thought as you. Fuck off. But I also think he can probably do it. As long as he can put the accent on, because it needs the accent. If they change Hagrid's accent, it's not Hagrid. Hagrid has a West Country accent, even in the books. So, and that's how Robbie Coltrane played him. You have to play him with that kind of accent. And I think he can do. I think he can do accents. So, yeah. But you've got to play. West Country accent's quite easy to do. But you've got to play him as that.
True. So Rachel Weisz or Sharon Horrigan, who is in Bad Sisters.
Yeah, no,
I don't think so.
She's too young. I think both of them are too young to play McGonagall. And actually, she's not bad looking either. I mean, again, McGonagall should be like your grandmother, your stern grandmother, that stern older teacher that we all had. We all had a stern old teacher, right, that you didn't exactly fancy, right? Then you had the young teacher that, you fancied, right? McGonagall is the first one, not the second one. Right? And no offense, Rachel Weisz is... But
I want to hear... I want to hear in the last season them sitting around in, Gryffindor Tower and going, when you got in, did you fancy McGonagall?
It's wrong. It's wrong.
I know it's wrong.
I can't see either of these ladies playing McGonagall, I'm afraid, and I mean that. I just think they're that bit on the young side to play them. They're still pretty good-looking ladies, and you shouldn't fancy McGonagall. You should be frightened, inspired, impressed by McGonagall's scene. What you shouldn't do is fancy her.
Okay. All right. So, Mark Strong as I was going to say Mark Strong playing Michael Gambon. No, Dumbledore, not Michael.
Doesn't
Gambon.
work for me as Dumbledore. Works for me as either Voldemort or actually now having said what you said, Lucius Malfoy. He plays bad guys better. I like him. Right, he was good as the good guy in what was it, the secret agent thing,
Kingsman.
He was great in those two roles. But Mark Strong has at the moment he's playing the Emperor in Dune, and again, can you, even in that role, he's not soft enough. He's got the fist, whereas Rylance can do both. Rylance can do.
Do you know what I think with Rylance is I think it's halfway between Richard Harris and Michael Gambon. I think he can do that. Because part of me, the Richard Harris portrayal pissed me off because there's no fucking way he's going to win in a fight. He's going to drop dead. Where Michael Gambon, did you put your name in a goblet of fire? Did you, Harry? You felt that if magic didn't work, fists would be his resort to killing Voldemort, which made me feel a bit more safe and a bit more secure that this guy's not only playing the long game, he could do the short game too, and he's got the reach.
I think Rylance would be a better Dumbledore, but I think Strong could do Voldemort quite well. I think he could, and he's bald, so there's no issues with the costume. Makeup would be a lot easier. But he's got that sinister voice that I think he could pull up. You see, I can't see Cillian Murphy doing a high-pitched voice. I know that, although I can't see Strong doing a high-pitched voice, and Voldemort did have a bit of a high-pitched voice at times. But Mark Strong, I think, could pull off the sinister on stage. I think Cillian Murphy might be slightly on the psychotic side, which doesn't
make him
work for
scarier.
Voldemort.
I know. I think
it scarier,
no, hang on.
but it isn't
The
Voldemort from the books.
In the book is much more fierce than the Voldemort in the thingy.
Yes, but he's aggressive fierce. He is not unhinged psychotic. He's not like the Scarecrow style thing. He is just a fucking evil bastard, which Mark Strong can do, because he can do it calmly, which Voldemort does most of the time. Voldemort very rarely loses his temper. When he does, it's and again, I think, everybody around him dies. But he will obliterate somebody, with a flick of and not really think about it. But the trouble is with Cillian Murphy's sort of acting and thing is, he's a great actor, but you feel that there's something slightly with him. Even when he was playing Oppenheimer, there was the slight unhingedness there. And maybe it's the look in his eyes. He's got that sort of manic look. I think I'm trying to say there's a bit of a manic there. There's a bit of mania there. And he does do those characters extremely well. Like, as I said, the Scarecrow, when he played the unhinged Scarecrow, he was very, very good at that. I don't see... I think he can work as Voldemort, but I think Strong might be better. Might be wrong.
But as I said, none of these casting things have been confirmed until we get a press release from HBO themselves saying this is the cast. Nothing is written in stone.
I would suspect that some of these have been cast and just not confirmed. I think I think that is the actor that's playing Snape, because it was the first one that came out. they are filming in 2025 for a 2026 release. So most of the casting's got to be done, and then it takes a while to agree on 10-year contracts. So, and they've got to nail these people for 10 years, and these people usually have like projects going up until 2026. So, you've got to I would have thought that the main lead adult characters have already been cast, so these could just be leaks. They could be floating, I suspect
I said, don't be so sure of anything at the moment. That's my seriously. It's one of those things where it's like kind of it's like if you pay attention to gaming, yeah, it's full of shit like that, and it's the same with this too. There's never we haven't got like a proper source, if you know what I mean. It's come from this one person, and we know this one person is reliable. We've not heard anything like that. So take everything with a pinch of salt. It's rumour control.
I hope it's not true. At least some of it's not true. I can
live
with
Snape.
That's the one I hope is really not. Well, I hope that a few of them aren't. I don't like. The only one that I'm completely reasonably sold on is Hagrid. And I'd love it if Mark Rylance is Dumbledore. I will take that.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Mark Rylance, I think, is the one that will give us the balance, because I didn't like Richard Harris's Dumbledore. But saying that, I wish Jared Harris would play, because I think he could pull it off. But yeah. And on that note, let's move away from Harry Potter and onto something else. What should we have? We'll have that. Oh no, hang on a second. We'll have... Oh yeah, hang on. Season 2 of Netflix hit series Wednesday has officially wrapped production, and fans are already buzzing over the newly released photos featuring Jenna Ortega in her iconic role. The images tease a dark, atmospheric setting, hinting at a spooky adventure awaiting us at Nevermore Academy. With an expanding cast, which makes me think getting fatter, and a star-studded lineup of guest stars, and Lady Gaga reportedly making a cameo in this season. This season promises to raise the bar from the Addams Family's twisted tales. So, mouse! Where's my mouse? Sorry, lost my bloody mouse then. They got the set of photos on here. No, they haven't. Cack. Okay.
Well, she's still. How many years now is it since Wednesday? I know it was affected by the writer's strike, but even then, it should have. They were again. It's one of these crazy series that's on a 2-year turnaround for a season, and it's ridiculous.
Right. This is there is a general production issue with creative stuff in America. Full stop. And it's the same with video games at the moment. Video games cost fucking far more. There's a game called Space Marine that came out, and it made more money than another game called Doom Eternal that came out, and it cost half as much to make. And it's ironic because the guy responsible for Doom Eternal was project lead on Space Marine, and he turned around and said it's because you keep overscoping and doing all this nonsense that doesn't need to be there. I think it's the same with these things here too. So whether you've given them a guarantee of sorts, that's given them room to say, oh, we've got to have this, and we've got to have this, and we've got to have this, and before you know it, it goes on. Now, Netflix has, and someone brought this up, I think it was Gary from Nerdrotic brought this up, where he says Netflix has the Season 2 curse, where they have trouble with Season 2 of things. The only things they haven't done with Season 2 is probably Stranger Things. I think Lost in Space Season 2 was pretty good too. But everything else in Season 2, Altered Carbon, fucking brilliant first season. Season 2, Duncan Mackey. Is it Duncan Mackey?
No, it's
Oh no, it's Duncan Mackey's. Somebody who works in my. It works for.
It's Alex.
For my organisation.
Alex. No, I can't remember his name.
Anyway, I'm going to say Mackey.
Yeah.
Eagle. He was a great bit of casting, but they fucked up season 2. Girl boss nonsense, blah blah blah, ton of shite. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do have a concern that he can't get over that season 2 hump, and it's not going to be any good. That's the first thing there. Do like Jenna Ortega. She seems to be sensible, and she seems to want to respect the source material, which is a big thing of ours, is respecting that source material.
She's
but
very quiet on when she's interviewed. She's very how do I put this, neutral,
like like actors and actresses used to be.
Yeah,
she might have views that don't match up with mine, but because she keeps the trap sharp. Thank you. I appreciate
the character.
That. No, she doesn't want to destroy the character.
She doesn't. You know, there are when these people open their mouth. I say this again: when these people open their mouths too much, you stop seeing the character and you see the actor. It was a problem all over the Acolyte with that idiot that was playing a Jedi character who opened his mouth one too many times in interviews. And I just saw an idiot, not a character. And it happens. It's why I won't go and watch Wicked, because I don't see the Elphaba the character. I see this dumbass, weird actress. I won't watch Wicked is really simple. I'm not gay. I'm not throwing to Dorothy. Well, you can. I'm pulling your leg, but you're right. When actors and actresses open their mouths up and then they think for some reason that they've been given a platform. That's the one thing I hit. I want to. If I hear anyone say we have a platform, it's like, no, you haven't got a platform, you fucker. Yeah, you've got a television series. Entertain us. That's what you're there for. It's not for you to turn around and go, oh, we did this one thing, but now we're going to do something else. Yeah. It's bollocks. But saying that, the guy who played Fester, he was good. I really liked him as Fester in the first season. I hope to see him again. I can't remember his name. Catherine Zeta-Jones works as Morticia. Oh, she did. Yes.
And but the guy who plays Gomez, dude, I'm not saying rude. Dude's not the best looking.
But the comic version of Gomez is short, and is slightly
no, it's not about him being
rotunded.
short.
He is slightly chubby. He is in the comics. Look at the comic version of Fester.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Fester. I'm talking about Gomez.
Version of Gomez. Gomez was a lot shorter than Morticia.
No. The shorter bit's fine. He
was slightly
like
rotunder. He wasn't slim.
No, I wasn't talking about his face.
Well, he worked for me as Gomez, actually, because the name Gomez is, of, shall we say,
South American origin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he is supposed to be South American. He's supposed to have committed some big crime and fucked off to America.
Yeah,
I think that's his backstory.
He's a very funny actor, but he does play gangsters quite a bit. I quite liked him as Gomez. I have to be honest, and I remember, the comics. That was what Gomez looked like. So I survived. Yeah.
We'll come to the comments in a bit, guys. So apparently Christopher Lloyd is going to be in the season.
Yes, I've heard that.
Joanna Lumley, is she replacing Watsomish as the headmistress?
That would fucking work. You see, Joanna Lumley. No, she can't play McGonagall. She's too lovely. Joanna Lumley. She would work as a bloody headmistress. Yeah, she would.
Yes. Are they going to have Cousin It in?
I think they had Cousin It in the last one, didn't they?
No, I didn't have the thing. Messi was in the background.
I think he was in the background.
Okay, unless he was in the background, I don't think, because he didn't feature in it. Just a big hairball.
Picture or something. I'm sure there was mention of Cousin It. But yeah, look, I'm looking forward to this. She was really good as Wednesday, but she's no offense, she's growing up, and there's only she's losing those childlike features that she had in the first one. I mean, you can already see there that she looks quite a lot different. She's taller. She's older.
Was it Gwendolyn Christie who was the headmistress?
Yes.
She was like fucking double her size.
I know.
It's like, I know she was like 6'6" or something, and that's tall for a woman. But she looked like she was double. She was 6'6", and she had fucking heels on. So was it 6'8"? Just dwarfed the poor girl. Yeah, it's good. I think I haven't watched it all. I've watched an episodes out of order, but my wife loves it. Jane at work fucking can't stop raving about it. I need to watch it. I when I finish watching The Jackal, it'll be that one series that I watch when I got a chance to go through things, and I think it's. Will it break season? Will it be a season 2 Netflix dud? There's a risk.
There's always a risk, but I hope not.
Okay, all right. So now we've done that. That's. I'm trying to think. Oh, actually, this I've known this one for a while.
I'm going in. Cover me, Porkins.
I'm right with you, Red 3. Got a problem here.
Eject!
I can hold it.
Pull up!
No, I'm all right.
I always picture that scene in Star Wars, and he's got a burger or a milkshake in his hand. I don't know why, and I'm glad someone else did, and they put that together. That's absolutely beautiful. Today we're diving into the puzzling twist from Doctor Who universe. Actor Ncuti Gatwa reported mentioned. What the fuck? What kind of notes is that? During an interview that he had, season 3 of Doctor Who. For his production season 3 of Doctor Who. However, the revelation today it's been cut from broadcast, leaving fans long short of it, Doctor Who season 3 up in the air. Disney ain't funding it because it's shit. And all he does, all he thinks about being deep as an actor is fucking crying at every opportunity. Yeah? Seriously. No intensity, no smouldering anger, no witty intellect, nothing. He brings nothing to the fucking role. I would paint a board with a face on it and it would have more impact. The Doctor regenerates a plank of wood. Actually, saying that, what I might do, is I might go into an episode of Doctor Who, cut him out of it, film a plank of wood against like a background, Doctor Who looking background, and just replace it, and just have his audio removed completely from it, and just see if that makes it better. And do you know what? Keith? You'd watch that.
I mean, let's face it, right? Season 2 had been filmed and was in post-production before season 1 even aired. Right? All of the criticisms that people had of series 1, the normies that criticised it, that said he cries too much, right? Ignore the fact that he's gay. You can ignore that one. But the crying too much, the lame-ass story writing, setting up these mystery boxes and not having any kind of good payoff. Why did David Tennant came back? Because he missed his old face. That's just such cop-out, lame-ass writing, right? And then the big mystery of who was Ruby's mum, there wasn't a mystery. It's just some random bird, but we built it up, just like we built up that. All of those criticisms that people have had, Disney have actually heard. It's not getting a season 3. It's cancelled. It's going to get cancelled because season 2 is going to be more of the same because it was already filmed. So it's not like the BBC could go back and reshoot the whole fucking lot, right? Which is what they'd have to do if it was a Marvel movie, because that's what they've done. They haven't gone back and reshot the whole lot. So it's done with. It's done. Russell T Davies is a fucking moron.
I'd just like to point out that I don't think the people of Marvel have ever come across the idea of sunk cost fallacy. see New World Order, for example. Are they on the 4th round of reshooting for New World Order? It's the 3rd.
I have no idea, but they are reshooting.
Yeah.
Apparently, since the trailer, the showing hasn't worked. It hasn't screened very well.
I'd cancel it. I would just bin it. I'd bin it. Pay the actors, pay everything off, just bin it. It's not worth it.
They
Seriously.
definitely should do that with Snow White. I mean, by God, how creepy do the dwarfs look? And let's not mention the lead actress, alienating over half of America.
Alienating over half of America and half of the Disney audience. So she's chopped their audience down to 30%. Well done.
I mean, they keep
audience,
saying there was rumours that Marvel were looking up for her up for a role. No, they're not. Disney are never going to touch her again.
No. As soon as this is over and done, she's career's over.
Even if some idiot at Marvel thought it was a good idea to put her in a movie, you know damn well that Disney are going, nope.
The only way you can put the only. I know we're supposed to be talking about Doctor Who, but we've got a trailer to watch for that later. So, just to try and reel it back into Doctor Who. So we've got the Christmas special coming up. Season 2, I think, airs in April. I've got no interest in watching it. I've really got no interest in watching it. All I want to do is I want to watch Az and all the other people on YouTube go through it, tear it to fucking pieces, and then say, look at the ratings being shit. That's my entertainment I get from Doctor Who now. It's got it's like kind of, they're so inclusive they forgot to include me in the viewing people. I don't get what it is, and it's dumb as fuck.
I couldn't sum it up better. I have no interest in watching Christmas special. I have no interest in watching season 2. I have zero interest in Doctor Who. Why it's written by somebody who, quite frankly, has lost the plot. He'll be the first person out there talking about Snape. You watch it.
Yeah, it's Snape's not gay enough. Who is that fucker? Who I think he works for Variety, yeah? Who's on the thing and going, is this the gayest Star Wars ever?
Oh, yeah,
Is this the gayest Disney film ever? Is this the gayest DC film ever? And it's just that's all he ever asks. Who the fuck employed him to ask such a boneheaded, stupid question?
Lots of media have done this. I mean...
But it's this one guy.
No, there's a guy that's even
voice.
worse than that. There's a guy that writes for Digital Spy. Go and read what he says. And he's
I'm talking about interviews on the red carpet.
Oh no, he's doing interviews as well now, and he's very similar, if not worse. Even when they're gay characters, they're not gay enough, right? I mean, I read a review. I mean, but Ben Whishaw is gay, isn't he? And he's gay in the character is gay in Black Doves, and apparently not gay enough.
And then if he's too gay, it's a stereotype.
It's these people in media, and again, all they're doing is really ruining things for normal gay men who actually have always liked this stuff. I don't really care that much if all the characters are gay or not. I mean, the Doctor, just stop sexualizing the Doctor. I mean, he shouldn't have liked... I was never that comfortable with the Doctor, having any kind of feelings towards any of his companions. It's why I liked him with Donna so much, because they were just... There was no sexual tension there at all.
I did get him and Martha worked because it was Martha fancied him and he didn't give him monkeys. That worked.
But I've always had a problem with him liking Rose. I had a problem with, fucking hell, female Doctor lesbianing it up for Mandeep, who was about the worst bloody do nothing, worst, just worst companion ever.
Do you know what? There's a bit in the episode with the Cybermen. I can't remember what it is, and Bradley Cooper says, "Oh, you're not Bradley Cooper. Bradley Walsh. Thank you. Bradley Walsh's character turns around and goes, "Oh, you're amazing, this, that, and the other." And he goes, he should have turned around and goes, "Hang on a second. No, I meant someone else." At the end of it. But it's, I get the Martha thing worked because the doctor's like 1,000 years old. Yeah. I bet you he's like, I can't. It's been like 600 years since I used this thing. I don't know if it works. Yeah, I'm too busy fighting Daleks to shag anyone. And if I did shag anyone, it'd probably be the TARDIS. Don't look at that hole. Don't look at the hole. It's a lot deeper. It's bigger on the inside. I can tell you that for a start. There you go. That's a rude Doctor Who joke for you. Shall we do the comments and then move on to the trailers? Because we've got Doctor Who in the trailers, but we'll go there. So let's start with the music, shall we? Calm and relaxing. So who was the first in? Chuck gets gold star. Hello. Oh, my mouse is going crazy. We need a longer intro or more warning. Yeah, sorry. We're a bit shit at that, aren't we, Keith? We're always roughly the same time. I like to think of us like a nuclear bomb. You know, we go off. Might be a couple of miles from the target, but we actually hit what we're intending to hit. So, oh, crikey. We need to jump in here. So, okay, so that's it. Biffa takes in Silver. Hi, Biffa. I think that's what we need to have our section call when Harry Potter TV shoot comes on and fucking bombs. Potty talk. I think that's the name we want. And I need to sort something out with my bloody magic mouse. It's not working. Hi, everybody. I've been refreshing the live stream and still nothing. Silly MacBook. They're all chatting away to each other, which is nice. Watching and listening whilst working and decorating the Christmas tree. Oh, cool. We've already done our Christmas tree. We got some bits there. It's Babster. Hi, Babster. I've been meaning to drop in on your streams, but every time it's Tuesday, I've come back from London. I've always been tired. If you can change it to a Wednesday, that would be better. You can work around me. It's always a nerve to do that sort of thing. Peter Dinklage will probably play Hagrid, whilst Shaquille O'Neal will play Professor Flitwick. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's okay. So we got. Oh, my mouse has gone to cack. I need to sort this out.
I mean, they've got Dinklage lined up for Flitwick.
Warwick Davis. He's not busy. I like Warwick Davis. He'll be cheaper than Thingy. And Dinklage doesn't fucking deserve to work after what he said about the 7 bloody dwarfs. He's a bell end. Okay? Or better, Gary Oldman. But on his knees. Like in that film. Have you seen that film with Gary Oldman where he plays the dwarf? I haven't seen the film, but I've seen bits of it. It's fucking hilarious. Unintentionally. Hardly Potter. True. It's Christmas time. We need to put some Christmas decorations up. Keith Chuck was thinking of putting some Star Wars ornaments on.
OG
stuff.
He's got like lots of geeky ornaments. He's got like a fucking Ghostbusters car that has the siren and the flashing lights. It's kind of awesome. It's kind of awesome.
So we got a ton of Disney ones on there because my wife loves Disneyland. So Lupin could be Snape, black greasy hair, pointy nose, pale skin. Yeah. And then we got yay for Star Wars Christmas ornaments. Oops, repressed return. Return. Enter key. Hook nose point. Yeah, it's mad. Hang on a second. Hi, Steve. And then from my wife. And then we kind of the comments have now looped back round, which is annoying as all hell. I know we got some more. Bullying. When did it get so popular? I know the orange stain is the one that's leading the way.
Don't.
Just... I'd say, let's make bullying great again. Makes character out of people. Just don't let it go too far. Anyway, I should have said that. I'd catch up on April. Yeah, it's fine. We can all have a laugh at each other. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing out loud for all to hear. I know Chuck knows the movie that's from. Does anyone else?
I think it's Elf.
Is it? Oh, there you go.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
it is Elf. I know. I can picture it now. Yeah, love that movie. Elf. Everyone got it. Which took us ages.
It's a modern Christmas classic, although it's not so modern anymore. But it is. It is one of the. It is considered now a Christmas classic.
Biffa's got a great bit of casting. That's a great bit of casting.
I agree with that.
That would work.
Totally.
That would work. Your link things aren't working. Oh, okay. Wednesday, can't wait. It's only a couple of... What is it? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Sorry, it's the shit.
What's happening on Wednesday?
Go on, say it, but not too loud.
I've already done it, because we've already done it when we were talking about the guy that's playing Snape, who's actually called Paapa Lazaro. Hello, Dave! Anyway.
There we go. I can't wait for season 2. I need to watch season 1 properly, because I said I've watched it in pieces. Along with The Rookie. I'm supposed to be our new piece procedural, and Missy's just literally shot through the entire season, all 6 seasons of it. All 6 seasons of it. Oh, nuts. Won't be able to watch, because I don't have Netflix anymore. Get it for a week. A month, sorry. And then bin it. That's what you get it, watch it, cancel it. That's what I'm doing. Biffa. Hang on a second. And Biffa now is joining in with the hello, Dave. And Dave has a nice reaction to that, which is good. I survived Wonka. It's a hurricane Wonka. And Dave's now off. I think he was.
Yeah, Cousin It. You're talking about Cousin It. I thought he was in the.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
I think you're right.
Oh, Rachel was like Snow woke. I have grown tired of thinking even Wicked was cool, but stretching out to 2 films. Yay, Mickey wants to make some money. Mickey needs to make some money. He needs to pay those bills. Yeah, keeping Splash Mountain on is expensive. Disney finally did it. They made a movie that no one's going to pirate. I like Martha. I think there's something that we could all kind of engage with, liking someone that doesn't like you back. I think that's a common human condition. The magic screwdriver. He's got a fucking remote now. Pardon my language. No, you don't get any. No. Because I'm gonna do a video with a small child leaving a big poo in a party, and it's gonna be potty talk. It's gonna be emblematic of what's happening with Harry Potter. I love my geeky ornaments. Yes. We are writing after you start in the comments section. Huh? Okay. Let's bring the thing down. Let's go to trailers, shall we? Thank you very much for your comments. We always appreciate them. We'll try and hit them as we go along in the next section. So. We were mentioning Michelle Yeoh. Why was I mentioning Michelle Yeoh? Because...
Was this a new one?
8 hours ago when I sent it to you.
I know, but is this a new one?
8 hours. Have you watched a new one in 8 hours?
No, but I'm asking, is it a new one? Because I saw the one that they released a while back, which was meant to be the main trailer, or official trailer.
This was 8 hours ago, Keith.
Okay. Well, it came out 8 hours ago.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's new.
Okay.
8 hours? How fresh is that? Do you want it fresher? Should I go and ask it to cut your trailer now?
No. I'll watch this.
Let me get fine.
This is the
Hi,
second
is that
trailer.
Paramount? Yeah. Keith wants a new trailer for Section 31. Yeah, he thinks Star Trek is shit.
Anyway, so let's let's. He's not the only one.
I almost hit boot. I just about to hit kick from stream. I was doing bad because you wouldn't be able to get back in. I do have the power to do that. I don't want to do that. So right, let's 8 hours is fresh. Come on, man, let's go. Let's see what we got.
Who's that?
It's looking really Star Trekky, isn't it, Keith? Fucking mouse! It keeps going up onto my TV screen.
Customer.
Hoping for a word with you.
Bring him.
Oh god.
What are you doing in my space station?
I'm giving you a chance to get back in on the action on a galactic.
Do you ever play Mass Effect?
Yes.
There's I can't remember the name of the space station. It looks like a big squid thing. It's run by some matriarchal person. Familiar?
Not, yeah, but they steal from the games.
Yeah,
But
they've stolen quite a bit.
But we already know that.
What a cute idea. The only way this works is if I know exactly what I'm dealing with.
We're facing a threat unlike anything Starfleet's ever seen.
Billions of lives are at stake. Gather your people. We're gonna need every one of them.
31 is a Black Ops division. Spy work.
It's just a
Oh,
place
now we're
for
calling
people
it
to
31.
bend the rules.
Starfleet.
31. Just no.
So in Star Trek lore, yeah, when Julian Bashir found out about Section 31, Section 31 is a thing inside the Federation Constitution, which is a clause where it's a bit fucking nebulous, yeah? That's why they called Section 31, because that clause inside their Constitution says, well, if, things get a little too bad, we can do mad shit. Oh, fucking hell.
It is here to make sure no one commits murder.
Whatever you believed your mission was, is worse than you thought.
How do we stop it?
We work together and don't get dead.
I'll try my hardest.
You ready? Let's get messy.
You don't answer her questions directly, she will punch you in your face.
What?
Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember that episode of Doctor Who where they did the bank heist?
Yeah.
Fucking familiar. Just saying.
You said that she was gonna be doing the face punching!
I lied.
You have no idea what you've started.
Hey, doesn't that look like the weird shield things in Dune?
This is gonna be
Hey, doesn't that look like the planet in Star Wars, The Last Jedi?
bad.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, doesn't this not look like Star Trek?
Survive together.
Hey, windmills in space. Hey, there was a nebula in Star Trek The Wrath of Khan. Hey, doesn't that font look like something that they used to use in the Sci-Fi Channel and Sci-Fi magazine? Hey, doesn't that look like anything but fucking Star Trek? Pardon my language.
Yeah, but that looked like the logo. What was the game where you could design your character even down to the genitals? What was the? It was
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
It even actually had the glitching like in Cyberpunk.
No,
I like Michelle Yeoh. Maybe she could play McGonagall. But for fuck's sake, leave Star Trek alone. Seriously, it's suffered enough. This is right. So last week you showed me last episode, not last week because we wasn't here last week. Last episode you showed me that thing with the mixture deep fake de-aging stuff. Yeah. If we had good Star Trek, you wouldn't think so much. You wouldn't think as much. You wouldn't think as highly of that as that. Then problem is it's shit.
possibly.
Yeah. I describe it as the following. Yeah. You are a victim of domestic violence, and your husband brought you flowers home. That's what that was. It's a nice gesture. Still beating the shit out of me though. This is. gonna get angrier, Keith. I'm gonna get angrier.
I have no interest in Section 31. I have no real interest in Kurtzman Trek. They're going to carry on making this. The only thing I can do is not watch it. And hopefully at some point they'll get cancelled. It's just like when Starfleet Academy comes out. I will not watch it because I didn't want it, didn't ask for it. No, it's not going to be very good because it's going to be in the same universe as Discovery, and I don't agree with it. I don't agree in a post-apocalyptic world where the Federation is no longer at strength, Earth is isolationist, and blah blah blah. That's not Star Trek. Star Trek was meant to be utopian. And yes, we had the Dominion War, and we had things like that. But at the core, it was still hopeful. It was still utopian. It was still there were still plenty of worlds.
So I remember me and you having conversations about Star Trek because you massively love Star Trek, and I like B5 and stuff that wasn't Star Trek. Because I said Star Trek is a little too happy, a little too utopian for my liking. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I always thought the humans were messy, and for me, I think when it comes to Star Trek, it was the characters in Star Trek don't butt heads enough. They're not supposed to. It's actually written in the show's Bible that they're not supposed to butt heads. But I've always felt that if you wanted to do it right, because it kind of removed the human element from it, it should be a case of that they argue a bit, but it's a case of the professional about their arguments, and they can have disagreements but still remain professional. But they never did that, and that's what always bugged me about Star Trek. But removing it stops it from being fucking Star Trek, because that's what makes Star Trek, whether I like it or not. Or I liked it or not at that time, but I do miss that element of Star Trek, if that makes any sense.
It doesn't feel like Star Trek. Kurtzman is a moron, and he's one of these people that go, "We've got a platform," and all that that whole thing. Just like half the characters were gay and black and ticking every other box. I am fed up of ideology on screen. And I'm fed up with the fact that we haven't got legacy, which is everything that every Star Trek fan cried out for, which is why Picard Season 3 is the highest rated Star Trek show they have made under Kurtzman. Highest because
it wasn't made
rated. And he won't make it,
and it wasn't watched
because he's pathetic and he's got an ego, and I believe it. I know that Terry Matalas has said certain things. I know that he's told Gary from Nerderotic certain things, and it was Matalas. It was because Matalas did such a good job and showed up Kurtzman. Kurtzman got rid of him. It's pathetic, and then he's made this shit. So I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to. If you want to watch it, that's fine. I won't. I'm done with it.
Thank you. That was one reference that I should have put in there, which I didn't. Section 32 is in Trek name only. It is, but they don't know how to do it. That's the problem.
But it's trying to be different things. But what it should be is bloody Star Trek.
Yes, it should be Star Trek. It's that. So hang on a second. Right. 2 trailers quotes. This is going to be bad. It's worse than you think. Yes, it is. We need to go with the OG. All right. This is where I have an issue. And I will point at Russell T Davies for this. Yeah. Because we wanted Russell T Davies to come back and replace Chris Chibnall. Fuck me, were we wrong? We were so wrong.
I mean,
yeah, I know. What
we need is people. What we need, and I had a passionate speech about this last week. I'm not going to go into it again. What we need is for people to care about the shows that they're making. What we need is for writers to understand what they're writing and write within those rules that have been set up previously. It's not like they're creating a new show. The trouble is, Kurtzman doesn't want to do that. Kurtzman doesn't want to follow rules. Kurtzman wants to do his own fucking thing. Well, then don't do Star Trek, because the rules for Star Trek have been laid out 50 fucking years ago. Right, well, 60 years ago now. But when you started, they were over 50 years previous. You can change little things. You can do little things. DS9 did that, right? And some criticised it, and a lot of people loved it. But DS9, hang on, let me finish. DS9 did change the rules slightly, right? But you can do little things in there. What you can't do is what Kurtzman did, right? And surprise, surprise, no one watched Discovery except a few people. There was the odd Trek fan that liked it, but most modern Trek fans did not like it, right? Done, right? There's a lot of people that quite kind of like Strange New Things because they want it to be Trek. They think it feels like Trek, but it really isn't. Season 2 proved that. And a musical episode, for fuck's sake, right? Klingons doing boy bands.
Klingon boy band, right? Bollocks.
Yeah, and then, you know, Picard season 1 and 2 were the worst and most egregious thing ever. Give it to a guy that's worked on Star Trek, like Star Trek, Picard season 3. Boom! The fans came back. Everybody was talking about it. We loved it. We wanted legacy. Kurtzman couldn't handle that. Kurtzman couldn't handle the lowest costing show was the highest rated since it's been back. Why is there no show? Because this guy's ego is too big for his own fucking thing, and the people that are running Star Trek are too fucking stupid and just don't want to make money. Clearly they don't. So or Kurtzman's got some watertight contract where they have to pay him like $1 billion fucking dollars to leave. Because I don't understand why that guy has not been fired. I do not. And that shit is not Star Trek. No Star Trek fan in their right mind is going to go, I really want to see that because it's got pew, 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 and pew, pew, pew. So it must be Star Trek. Fuck off. Just give us legacy.
Hang on a second.
Or fuck off because I'm not interested.
Hold on a second. Just a quick one. Jason, the links are prohibited in the chat. Sorry, man. If you want to send us a link, you can pop it. You'll find our email on the YouTube bits, and you can send it through there. So sorry about that. I don't even think we can't post links. But anyway, go. It's not Star Trek. Star Trek is finished. I watched The Wrath of Khan with my son on Friday because it's fucking brilliant and it's a great story. And I did not realise how many Horatio Hornblower mentions are in that fucking film. It is Horatio Hornblower in space. It really is. There's just so many. As soon as someone said the uniforms are modelled after old British naval uniforms, I looked at it and went, oh fuck, they are. How did I not notice? How did I not see that? I've watched this film God knows how many times. But yeah, don't worry, Jason, about the thingy. Anyway, that's what. It's right. So Streamlabs, look, Streamlabs told you off. We've not had anyone. Streamlabs has not told to turn. It's not. What do you call it? Anyway, Robert Bloch was a horror novelist and short story writer, best known for Psycho. Harlan Ellison. Harlan Ellison wrote one of the best sci-fi short story shorts ever, with the evil computer Am, which is fantastic. Yeah, it's like kind of. Monkey nut. I need to. Do you put more fucking moderators my ass? Anyway, I might put more misses in. That's alright, fine. If you had a wrench, you'd be able to do it. Anyway. So, don't worry. I love it because Streamlabs it feels like Streamlabs is telling me off. How can I put this? Round 2! Ding, ding, ding! Shall we? This is Stephen Moffat's last episode. His first episode that he wrote for Doctor Who that wasn't the thingy was the Gas Mask Zombie Child one, yeah, which was fantastic. And he's going to end with this one.
Is this Christmas?
Yes, it is, you dumb fuck. You're a time traveller. The clock should tell you where you are.
Yes, we're doing a special.
I like that set.
Christmas
Billy Watson, she's put on a lot of fucking weight.
everywhere all at once. Oh, God.
Looks alright.
Ham and cheese toasty and a pumpkin latte.
Fuck off. Please, just fuck off.
Who are you?
Wrong room. We are on a top secret mission.
What?
Who are you then?
Joy.
Top name Joy?
Thank you.
How do I get to be you? You'll find out.
Is he using that magic fucking rope from the previous episode? I'm just saying.
Who are you?
You'll find out.
Two of them. Fucking shoot me now, please. Put me out my fucking misery.
What do I do? Where do I go? We'll find.
Can you get through it? We're only halfway through.
I don't think I can, Keith. I really loved Doctor Who, yeah? I loved Peter Capaldi's Doctor Who, yeah? He could turn any shit script into fucking art.
Yeah. Even Matt Smith could do pretty good.
Oh, Matt Smith was great too. Peter Capaldi, though, was the one that he had the shit end of the stick, and he did really well with what he had. He elevated everything. It took him a while to get going, and when he got going, he was just unstoppable.
Oh, jeez!
Why is there fucking two of him? There's bad enough there's one of him. The most popular episode of the New Who was the one that he wasn't in. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Steve, you have to be mysterious all the time.
Arthur Dent wants his fucking look back.
That's why everyone leaves.
I was about to say that. Oh, Ruby's back.
She's lost the weight again. And she's lost her weight again. Ruby's back. What's the point in you? Bye!
That is why you were always alone.
Oh, he's crying! He's crying again. He was crying again.
I was looking down at the keyboard.
Single
I was looking
episode.
down the keyboard.
He was crying. He was crying.
We can do
Scotland
this.
crying.
What's the biggest mystery in the known universe?
Why the fuck they employed you? That's the biggest mystery in the universe.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Looks pretty. I like the set.
Oh yeah, it looks great. Disney money good. Disney money. At least they spent the money on effects, unlike the Acolyte. It looks better than the Acolyte. Oh god, somebody's sitting on a fucking mega amount of money. Somebody's
Doctor Who and the Bipolar Express. I think you've won the comments. This one, Doctor Who goes to Hogwarts. Is it the film Hogwarts, or is this new Hogwarts where we have?
Oh, new Hogwarts. New Hogwarts. New Hogwarts, because you know that Dumbledore's going to have a husband in this.
What's this one here? If you want a great Doctor story, reach Douglas Adams and the Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul. I haven't done that. I've done the first 3 of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Is it 3 or is it 4 Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Restaurant at the End of the Universe, and So Long, Thanks for All the Fish, and 5. Alright, I'm 2 behind. Shit. I really should. No, I've got something to have a Christmas now. Yeah, Bipolar Express. I'm going to watch that episode with Nick Frost and Peter Capaldi in with the Dream Crabs. That was fucking great. I loved that. I think that's my favourite Christmas one.
That's because it's aliens. That's because they fucking
no,
face
it's the thing. It's the thing. That's what it is.
Yep.
The Arctic base, find something in the snow, dig it up. It's the John Carpenter's... not John Carpenter. It's the thing.
Let's talk about some shit that we liked, because... did you actually... I mean, have you watched Skeleton Crew yet on Disney?
No, I haven't watched... I have no fucking interest in it, so I keep forgetting it. And I know I should have watched it for podcast, because we need to stamp our approval.
I mean, Critical Drinker said it's not terrible, and I think that is a good sum up.
I will refer you to my previous comment about Star Trek, and I will reset that for Star Wars, yeah? You're the victim of domestic abuse, and your husband's bought you flowers. It's a nice gesture, but you're still getting the shit kicked out of you.
I would say that it's better than that. It's an innocent family drama, and it's doing what Disney should actually be doing. Is it the greatest thing in the world?
So far.
No. Yes. Yes.
So far.
Yes.
Is it got... All right, hang on a second. Are there any lesbians in it?
No.
Are you sure?
So far. Not yet.
They're lesbians. But not the cool 90s lesbians that we used to have.
Oh, no. No, it's not. It is the Goonies, right? And actually, if you look at the characters, they've gender swapped, like, one of them. In fact, two of them. But it is the Goonies in space. It's the Goonies in the Star Wars universe. Is it as good or as classic as the Goonies? No. But it's fun. And it's watchable. And it's entertaining. And therefore, it's okay. There are moments when it's annoying. But it's Goonies in space. And I like the Goonies. So I kind of like this. It's not spectacular. It's not stunning. It's a Disney Plus show.
It's not brave.
No. It's not brave at all. It's rehashing old stuff. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Especially when at the moment. Is it because we've been burned? Yes. So when we get something that feels a bit familiar that we like, yes. And is there some of that? Yes. But there's still nothing wrong with that either. Because that's how Stranger Things Season 1 kind of worked so well. Because it pulled on all of us who grew up in the 80s and pulled on all of us that watched those kind of movies in the 80s. And that's why we watched Stranger Things and loved it. And that's partly why it became so popular. Because it was stuff we had seen before. Okay, it was slightly more forward thinking than this is, but it's that similar effect. Yeah, look, I'm not. Hang on, I got to answer before that. I'm not saying it won't get shit, but right now it's not terrible. It's kind of fun. Right now, could get shit next week. Just saying.
Keith, I've noticed we're going to talk about Predator. Do you know why?
Why?
Because next week we have to talk about Die Hard. Christmas.
Yeah, that's the point.
Christmas, mate. Christmas. Skeleton Crew. Fuck Skeleton Crew. Dune Prophecies was good. Not as good as the previous week. With the nice sister murdering a ton of Atreides in the camp.
Yes.
That was quite... I like that, because she was like, you have to be careful of the quiet ones, because they're plotting shit against you.
The ending was interesting. The ending was interesting. The fact that they are keeping that there, and the fact that the original founder, I suppose, of the Sisterhood was keeping that there. That's interesting.
That they have a what do you call it?
An AI.
A thinking machine, which is against the rules. Yeah, that was good. I don't know how she's explained that. What's she's come back to bloody lie.
I'm disappointed we haven't seen the Spacing Guild yet. And the thing about it is okay, this is going to sound really snobbish, but it's kind of... You'll know what I mean by this. It's almost like they're casting ITV actors in it. Do you know what I mean, right? Like, the woman that's playing her mother, right, in the flashback, and the woman that's playing, like, the Empress or the Queen, they don't...
She played the same part in Witcher, didn't she?
She did. And both times I've been slightly critical because they don't strike you as royal.
Yeah, I get exactly.
you know what I mean, right? I'm trying to be really delicate here, but they're not particularly great actors, and they play the same character in everything they do. Like the woman that's playing her, I think it was her mother, or the bitchy character, plays the same fucking character in Bridgerton, plays the same fucking character in other things that she's been in. She's the penniless snobbish woman that just comes across as chav. There's no other way to put it, right? And I suppose these actresses that are not the greatest actresses in the world kind of brings it down a bit for me. I'm disappointed we haven't seen the Spacing Guild. Having said that, I did like a lot of the flashback this week. They blatantly cast what's his face in a role, so you got that Games of Thrones feel. That was deliberate. But it's interesting where it got to and how it ended. And it was like, okay, I want to see the next 3 episodes. But we are halfway through.
It's weird because I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make out that they got the idea of the whole setting up the Paul Atreides. What do they call him? It's not like they got a special name.
Yeah. Yes, it's out my head, but yes, you're right.
It's out your head. But when they set him up as the savior person, that I think is what they got the idea from that guy. If that makes any sense, the one who got swallowed by the worm comes up with powers. So it's. I get that. I think that it's going to be a bit of a twist with the machines. There's a twist with the machines. I don't know what's going on with that. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. There better be a fucking twist with the machines. They keep putting quite a bit of emphasis on those machines. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Look, it looks lavish. It's worthy of being an HBO drama. I want to see the Spacing Guild. I want to explore more of the Dune universe. Yes. Oh, and hang on.
Oh, fuck it. Go play it. Go on and play it.
It's not just Sydney Sweeney. It's what's her face? The one, oh god, the Spanish girl that couldn't speak any English. She's hot as fuck. Was in Knight Rider as the hologram. Was a Bond girl in the last Bond thing. What's her name?
Oh, yes, I know her too.
You know who I mean?
Blade Runner.
Yeah, she was in Blade Runner. She was the hologram with the pink wig. Yeah, all three of them. And apparently it is explicit. I was just like, I've seen some of the comments, and they are what would be considered problematic today, but they did make me laugh. Like there was one guy that just posted a picture of tissue and Vaseline. Like, I want to say that that's wrong, but we all know it's not. Armors. See, Biff knew who the fuck I was talking about.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Night teeth. Shall I hang on a second? Just because. Let's have a couple of seconds. There you go, that's your fill for this week. Alright, so...
I mean, I like it.
Dune Prophecy was good. Do you know what, let's put the silo aside and move on to Predator, shall we?
Just before we go into Predator, where are you up to in Jackal?
I just finished episode 4. I'm taking my time. Caught at the farm.
Yeah, you see, this is where I started having a little bit of a problem with it.
Okay.
When he gets caught, because so you know that the wife caught him, or the wife is beginning to suspect, right? Look, it gets better. Don't get me wrong. But I have a problem where they set the first episode in Jackal. They set him up as being this careful, methodical thinker. You know, the fact that he blows up everything that he's been in. He switches cars and everything. why would you put all that stuff in the same town where people might recognise you? And that for somebody who's so methodical, you would have thought he wouldn't even chance that. So I had a problem with that, and I had a problem with him getting caught. But anyway,
I think it's a case of he's tried his luck, and it might be, everything is kind of, happening all at the same time. If that makes any sense.
Episode 8 is quite good because it's flashback, and it gives you some context. Episode 9 was surprising. Can't wait for episode 10. I am actually enjoying it overall. Although the opener of it wants to be Bond. It wants to be Bond. It even has a Bond theme tune at the beginning. And I mean, him driving in a Jag. When Jaguar used to be Jag. And not Jaguar. Which it is now. Jaguar. Don't even get me started. Don't even fucking get me started. Anyway, go on then. Let's talk about Predator.
All right. So, while we're talking about Predator, I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put this on the background.
Are you going to get to the chopper?
Shit. Oh, dude, there's so much in this film. So we're doing John McTiernan films, yeah. Keith wasn't too keen on the first John McTiernan film because it was a horror film starring Pierce Brosnan. And I'm just going to put this on in the background. This fucking mouse keeps returning to the top corner of the screen. I don't know why. So I'll just put this on in the background. So, Predator. Wow. Fucking love this film. I think I have watched this film more times than I can count. Yeah, it is proper testosterone. There's so much testosterone in it. It's unbelievable. Yeah, the manliest of men, the hardest of soldiers, come against a. How can I put it? He's probably a Predator dentist on a weekend. That's been, just drop down to earth, do a bit of hunting. You know what I mean? Enjoy the local wildlife. Yeah, and tries taking on this elite special forces team and fucking decimates them all. There is so many good bits in here. So you get the opening where they all come off the chopper, and then you get introduced to Dylan and Dutch, and they have that classic. We've got you pushing too many pencils, bit, which was absolutely fantastic in it. It's such a great film. There's so many things in it that are great. So they have the helicopter drop. Now, if you ever play a video game, you always have the start. So it used to be a what do you call it? A trope that games would start off in you're in a helicopter, and it probably got it from a mixture of Predator and Aliens. But you got the characters, and they're all
you can't do that anymore, Arnie. Can't do that anymore. That bit there. He had mud all over his face that would suspiciously looking a bit like blackface. Can't do that anymore.
Everyone knows it was fucking camouflage.
Oh no, there'll be people going, "Oh my god, he's blackface. He's so racist." Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, so you have the first bit where it's like setting up the characters and whatnot, and you get an idea of who Dutch Dylan is. I can't remember his name's Billy, who's the Indian fella who was apparently a complete fucking arsehole in real life to deal with. And you see him take out this group of Colombians where they're pretty much bloody outnumbered, and you see them and they expertly take them out, which is fantastic. And one of my favourite bits in that is where they're trying to get the guy in the nest. So there's a guy in the nest and they're shooting away, and you've got what's his name, the wrestler? I can't remember. I'm annoyed. I have to bring it up now. My thingy. What was the cast? Sorry, I just need the cast up there. Who's the wrestler?
It's so different.
Jesse Ventura, who played Jesse Ventura, and it's like it's got the big nest thing up there, and the guy's shooting away, and then you've got the smaller fella, and he turns around and goes, He goes, ain't got time. He goes, man, you cut like that. He goes, ain't got time to bleed. And he pulls out the grenade launcher, shoots up there. He goes, you got time to duck because he's blowing these people to fucking Kingdom Come, and they get showered in things. And it's like, it's just good, like kind of typical soldier action hero thing. But something's in the background watching them. Something's there watching them, and it's just like kind of, you've got hints at it when they come across the skinned guys in the chopper, and they don't know. They think it's the locals with like terror tactics and whatnot. And it's just, you have that heat vision thing and the weird noise that you kind of get to get the idea of the predator's point of view. So it's just proper creature feature stuff, yeah. Oh yes, come on, old painless. The whole creature feature stuff where you have the creature and you're not supposed to see the creature properly until the third act, until the end, towards the end of the third act. So you've got the first act, you establish everything, and then it's like, right, now we're fucked because we can't get out in time, and we've been lied to. Yes, so then now like kind of, okay, what's going on? And then weird shit starts happening. So the first one gets it, Shane Black's character Hawkins gets it, and the one with the big glasses, and he gets pulled away by the predator when they're trying to when he's trying to deal with Anna. Yeah, so grabs him, brings him off, cuts into pieces, and they're like kind of, we couldn't find nothing. Yeah, we couldn't find nothing. Someone killed him, and no trails, no tracks, nothing. Yeah, and it's like, wow. Yeah, it's just picking them off one by one, and then you've got Jesse Ventura where he's got the fucking minigun, and he's trying to take out the predator, and all of a sudden you just see the plasma cannon go through the back, and his fucking heart leave his chest and go flying out through the front, which was absolutely amazing. And then Mac catches him, and he sees it first. It's the first time anyone's seen it, and it's just this like Romulan cloaking device in Star Trek. It's just glassy, and the light's clearly bending around him. He picks up the minigun, then he just like then they just deforest an area of the rainforest. Not environmentally friendly, guys. That wouldn't happen these days. They just go mental, and they're just firing in that direction, and then we hit nothing. Nothing at all, because and it's just, you can tell they're now rattled, and it's great because you had all these characters, you've seen them at the beginning, they all seem very competent. They've got the kind of that power that you have where they've got the ribbon each other and this, that, and the other, and you can see it. You've seen them at work, you've established that they can do this, and this thing, they are fucking clueless, and it's great because it's like all of a sudden they're clueless, and then it's like kind of, okay, Lan's got, hang on a second, fuck this mouse, why does it keep I want to know why it keeps returning to me. I'm going to restart this bloody machine in a moment. Landscape gardening for men, that's the way real men with guns do landscape gardening, with a minigun and just a ton of fucking fire.
It is unashamedly masculine, this film. I mean, that's the first thing that I took from it. It is unashamedly masculine. And I love Predator, it's a classic film, but it's an action film. It should be like those stereotypical 80s action films, but there's actually something slightly more clever to it. It's not a typical, fast food film. There's more to it.
Oh yeah, there's some hidden depths and bits inside it, and I'll go into some of the other bits. But just as you go through it, and they get killed off, and then Predator steals Jesse Ventura's body, or Blaine. I always just call him Jesse Ventura. He was Jesse Ventura when I watched it the first time around. Steals his body, and then it's like, it's using the trees, it's bled, and then you get the classic line, if it bleeds, we can kill it. And then they MacGyver themselves a set of traps to catch this thing, yeah? And as they're trying to catch this thing, it's like, what's it? They're sitting around, it's like, this is not working. And then all of a sudden, boom, because they can't see the fucking thing, it goes up, yeah? It catches, and they're like, fuck, it's real. So they're all like, da 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 da, and then they've pissed the predator off. Predator's not having this shit. So the predator's just like, kind of fine, and it's just randomly firing out, and then it gets really angry with them, and just pretty much wipes a good chunk. Well, say it wipes a good chunk. It wipes. It managed to escape. What's his name? Poncho, I think his name was. The Indian. No, not the Indian one. The other one. The one with the grenade launcher. He gets hit by a log, which fucking must have broke all his ribs. So they're starting to carry him to look after him. Billy thinks, I'm going to take this fucking. I'm going to take this thing on one. He cuts himself with a blade, tries taking it on. And then my favourite bit, this is one of my favourite bits that are non-Arnie in the film, is the bit where Dylan and Mac try to take the Predator down together. Mac has spotted it, yeah, and he's hiding under the log, and he's like, kind of, shh, because I can see it, like that. And it's like, because can you see it? And he's like, yeah, because you go around and drive him towards me, and we'll catch him in the gunfire. And every time I watch that film, for some reason, I think it's the outcome's going to be different. I don't know why, because it's the closest, because they were thinking about what they were doing and they were being clever, but because the Predator doesn't see normal, it sees in heat, it can spot them fucking easily, which is the thing that kind of sets it up for later on when Arnie discovers that. And they take him down, and you've got Carl Weathers, and he gets his bloody arm blown off, and he's great because he gets his arm blown off, and it's like, no, I'm going to keep fucking going. And always want those two to win, but it's never going to happen. And then eventually Arnie gets separated out on his own, and so you get into the Act 3 part of it, where Arnie realises after falling from a fucking waterfall, and it's weird because you watch the footage and there's some kind of smoke or something coming off of him as he's falling through the waterfall. He puts the mud on him, he cakes the mud on him, realises it's seeing the heat from the skin. And it goes, oh, right, you've been invisible. My fucking turn to be invisible. Traps and shit worked before. Yeah, we got you with the traps before, but you could see us, which gave us a massive disadvantage. Now, I think I've figured it out. I can see you. And then it goes to proper manly thing with a big fucking log, and he pulls up the big log. It's just, and then he fights the Predator, and he does the thing where he does the tree hugger. I love that, where he does tree hugging, where he's going to the tree, and then he gets to the point where he's managed to outsmart him to a degree, and the Predator goes like, you know what? You're a fucking worthy foe. So he takes his mask off. Predator's fucking taller than Arnie's the first thing, and it's like kind of starts fighting him, and the Predator's like backhanding Arnie, and Arnie goes to punch him, and the Predator looks and balls up his fist and goes, yeah, this works better, and then beats the shit out of him. It's great, and it's weird because if you look at The Rock, Jason Statham and Vin Diesel, they're like action heroes, but they would not let them have themselves be beaten, having the shit beaten out in that way. No, because they don't understand that he removes all stakes from it. And anyway, Arnie cracks, drops the log on him, gets out there before he gets mini nuked, and then it cuts to the helicopter pilot. And it's funny because the helicopter pilot is the guy in the Predator suit. So after the Predator dies, the next face you see is the guy from the accident, Kevin Peter Hall. And it's a tragedy because I think he died of a bloody bad blood transfusion after an accident, which was really good. But there are so many things in it. I'll let you talk now because I'm just summarise the film just for my own joy.
I just think it's a perfect balance of typical 80s action movie. But as you said, unlike a typical action and 80s movie, Arnie gets the shit. He gets pummeled, basically, and all the other characters get wiped out. I mean, yeah, there is the bit where what's his face, gets his arm blown off and starts shooting anyway. He's like, yeah, 80s action movie. It's completely unbelievable. But I mean, it's so different from his first movie, and he went from quite a strange horror movie to this, and he went from one weird genre to the next, and he's kind of stayed in the action genre until he produced Red October. But the thing is, you can see some links with this and Die Hard, but I mean,
it wasn't Hans Gruber, it was the Predator all along. He was responsible for Nakatomi Plaza.
I like the sci-fi edge of this. I think the Predator idea was just fantastic, and it does make a good movie. But I mean, this was like, it's a movie of its time, but it holds up in many ways. But it purposely in the jungle to give veterans that that idea of unease of being back in the jungle. I mean, it was typically Vietnam. I mean, they've even got fucking the chopper. Get to the chopper. The chopper's a fucking Huey. I mean, it's all deliberately styled like that. But it ain't no little Vietnamese guy in a fucking tunnel. It's a 7-foot tall fucking muscular alien with lots of awesome gadgets that still can't beat the alien.
All right, no, it can't beat the alien. Sorry, guys. Alien is, as I said, Predator, past, Alien, future. Clearly, won. Going back to it, so the design of the Predator had to be redone. So I think, Van Damme was supposed to be the original. It's ironic, Van Damme was in the fucking film, but he got cut because the original one looked shit. So they decided to redo it again, and apparently Stan Winston, I'll say Ron Winston. Stan Winston was on a flight to Japan with James Cameron, and he was trying to redesign the Predator. And he said, "He goes, wouldn't it look good with like mandibles?" And that's where, ironically, that's where the mandible part of it came from. It was because they had to wear a red suit because usually like green suits and stuff. So there was, I think that you can see some footage of the original Predator, and it looked more insect-like and not as threatening. And then when they decided, he goes, no, it needs to be someone who can beat the shit out of Arnie with ease. So when he beats him, it feels like a fucking win, which was the correct way of doing it. And I love the fact that Arnie fucking rolled into that.
I mean, you can say what you like about Schwarzenegger, but actually when you look at his career, he's not your typical action hero Van Damme. Yeah, he starred in a few movies, but actually he starred in a few movies that are actually, on the surface, dumb action movies, but actually when you scratch beneath the surface, they're not. There's a lot more to them. Total Recall is actually quite a good movie. And when you actually look at Arnie's career, he isn't like a lot of the action heroes today. Yeah, he gets fucking pummeled in this movie, and I'd forgotten that. I'd forgotten how badly the Predator beats him.
That's how it works, yeah. Because if the Predator would have been easy, it wouldn't have been interesting. If like in fucking Disney Marvel, he was great all along, that wouldn't be interesting. This guy has to be beaten by someone who's much more superior to him.
I mean, I did cheer when he went get to the chopper. I fucking cheered at that because it's become so iconic.
Nigel loves saying "get to the chopper," and it's like kind of it is great. Especially, you're right. The bit where he's got him in the trap, but he knows that the Predator's good enough to see the traps because that's what the Predator does. So he sets up a bluff, and it's like, "Go on, kill me now," and it's like kind of go on. Realize this is a clear trap, and then it's like, oh, and then it's great because Arnie actually sells it at that end part where it's like kind of he has this look on his face like, oh fuck, he's going the other way, and then it's like kind of, good job, I fucking prepared for this. Boy Scouts to the rescue, kicks the thing down and logs the cunt, pardon my language, logs him. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely fantastic. So you had to get to the chopper. The line that he had was the bit where he takes on the Colombian guy and he throws a knife into him, so it goes through him and then into the post behind him, and he's like, stick around. Apparently he made that up on the spot. But I mean, did you hear about?
Go on.
Sorry, did you hear about the because it was so full of testosterone, they were having manly kind of competitions with who would work out the earliest. So it started off, they were getting in the gym at 6, and I think Carl Weathers was saying, I was getting in the gym at 6, and then everyone was getting in. Then it's the next day, everyone's getting at 5:30, and then the next day after that, everyone started getting at 5, yeah. And then I think Carl Weathers went, I just went there just at a late night and then did it at the end of the evening, and it looked like I got there really fucking early because they were trying to be as buffed and pumped up as possible. It's, I think it's, as I said, Predator. I don't know if I had the conversation with you this week where I said if you wanted to do Predator 3, and you really wanted to do a Predator 3, it should be Predator versus the Space Marines from Aliens. with all the
I wish
technology
they'd
and stuff.
stop crossing over the Predator versus Alien. I mean, in a
Don't think the aliens. Yeah.
As a game, it was great. As a movie, it never worked out. And the thing is, they keep flogging these great 80s. They're flogging them to death. I mean, the recent Alien movie, it was okay because it was, very much stylized after the game. I'm not sure about the Ian Holm bit in that one, but I mean, Predator 1 and 2 are pretty good. But there have been other Predator movies where we had like the 20-foot tall Predator, and that was just stupid. And like Alien versus Predator, the movie, that was dumb. And the alien's just going to kill the Predator because it just has to spit on the Predator, and they're equally as going to get burnt through by the acid. Just a Predator 3. If they did a Predator 3, they can't make a Predator 3 now, because part of Predator 1 and 2 is that they are unashamedly masculine films with big burly guys beating the shit out of stuff, being very, very masculine, and we're not allowed that anymore. We're not allowed to be overly masculine anymore because it's seen as toxic. I mean, I'm joking aside, in that trailer, somebody, there's gonna be a trigger warning somewhere about Arnie being in camouflage like that because it looks like he's wearing blackface. And in today's day and age, that's gonna offend somebody, so we're gonna have a fucking trigger warning on it, right? They can't make a Predator 3 now. John McTiernan can't make films now, not like this. So we should celebrate this film for what it is. It is a masculine film. It is full of testosterone, and it's unashamed about it. I mean, if Tom Cruise made a fucking Predator movie that he didn't star in, just made it, maybe.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
But I just don't think you'd get away with it anymore. I look, I loved it. I hadn't seen it for a long time. I'd forgotten how much I loved it. As an adult, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. But I just don't think there is part of me would love to see a proper Predator 3 in the same vein, but it has to be set in this day and age, not trying to cross it over with something else. But the thing is, I think they'll ruin it. But there probably will be another Predator movie at some point.
Keith, we did. It was called Prey. With the little Indian girl?
Yeah, I know. I thought you liked it, though.
It was okay, but I always thought the Predator was the kind of a bit backwards, because I always like to think of the Predators as coming to this thing. There was the picture of a while back of a dentist that shot a lion or an elephant or something. I like to think that the Predators are like that. And this is some guy, as I said, some Predator dentist that has popped down and done it. There is a reference here. So in Predator 2, there's the Predator chucks Danny Glover's character, I can't remember his name now, a flintlock pistol. And it's supposed to relate back to a story of when this Predator was hunting some people on high seas, and he teamed up with a pirate, and he took the pistol. The pirate gave him the pistol. There's a Dark Horse comic about it. Never read it. I should really read it. Don't know if I actually got it on what was Comixology.
That actually, I'll give you that, Jason. That could work. But it has to be, again, it's going to be bloodthirsty pirates. There's going to be no women in it, right? And that's already a no-no for modern day movies. The problem is, they can't make movies like this anymore, and they won't make movies like this anymore. And until Hollywood crashes and burns and independent firms take over and start making movies that they can get funding for and sell out things. So we're in a part of the world whereas Hollywood is diminishing, and until it burns and a phoenix rises, I don't think they can make movies like that. But that is actually a really good idea. I'd love to see a fucking like proper bloodthirsty fucking pirates, not Pirates of the Caribbean, proper fucking nasty bastard pirates, right? Fighting Predator. That could be quite interesting.
That would be, yeah, you could do that. Yeah. No Predator 3. It's going to be Terminator Dark Fate clone.
Look, don't get me wrong, right? I'm never going to shy away from a Sydney Sweeney movie. But there is taking it too far.
There is a film about pirates, which apparently was one of the most expensive films of its type made.
Are you talking about the Gina Davis film?
No, I was talking about the porn film.
Oh. See, I want Michael Bay to direct Sydney Sweeney. You know what I'm fucking talking about.
Oh yes, I know. I always thought that they could have done a Predator film, and if you watch Predator 2, you've got Gary Busey's character in Predator 2, where he's the one. He could have been like that. Arnie could have been like that, apart from not get killed. More importantly, because you can still have him in there. But as I said, Predator. If you want to do Predator, you could do Predator on the high seas, which would work because there's that dark. I'm not sure how good the Dark Horse comic is, so I'm going to say it's okay. That would work. So yeah. Oh, hang on a second. Too far, gents. Carry on. Not red tube lol. Okay, sorry. I just saw that comic caught my eye. You could do that, but as I said, if you wanted to do a Predator film, I'd do Predator versus the Space Marines from Thingy. They don't have to fight the fucking aliens, but the Space Marines, you can do pretty much the same thing here.
I think this comic was because his missus has sat down next to him and is watching this. So now he's had to say something or he gets into trouble because he was probably going, yeah, I agree. Oh, hi, darling. Lads, terrible, lads. Calm down.
Actually, so Biffa, I'd just like to point out. So let's just say Chuck got here first. Biffa had the first best comment with the Bipolar Express, and I think Jason has a first for tripping the bloody the Streamlabs thing. So everyone's won something of value here today, and with that, I think it's time to say goodbye.
We'll do Die Hard next week then. And then
Christmas. I have to put some Christmas decorations up of some sort.
Yeah. I'll put a Christmassy background on.
So let's play us out.
Of course you don't know. Of course you. Hang on, who's that in the chat? Laurie Kovac. Oh, okay, I understand.
Thanks very much. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for the guys listening on the podcast. We really do appreciate it, even though we know Podbean doesn't give us the complete stats anymore. And we'll wait, and it'll give us them on Christmas Day, which will be nice, because all of a sudden we'll get a couple of thousand downloads that definitely didn't happen. Steve, see ya, man. To play us out, Keith. Anyway, bye!
Yeah, bye!